Looking at economic reports of Kenya in early 2000, Kenya was on course to become the first African country which is the first world. It was to look like Singapore, China and even South Korea, a country which they gained independence at the same time. It had everything to make it fully developed by 2030, in what was dubbed as Vision 2030. The president then had planned for every Kenyan to access healthcare, highest university enrollment, a growing GDP, and even a growing manufacturing industry. But now in 2026, 4 years before 2030, the lapse of the Vision 2030, we Kenyans are still dreaming of Singapore. So the biggest question is, how did we Kenyans reach this place where we are not a developed country and 2030 is around the corner? First, we need to look at the problem started. We look back into the early thousands when Kenya was one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. This time, money had started flowing to people. People in villages had access to phones. That means money transfer through mobile was penetrating, roads were being built, and there was hope for everybody because even at this particular time, the university enrollment was getting higher and higher, meaning people were getting educated. But something sinister was happening behind the closed door, and was the elephant in the room. Big projects which were nation-defining were being constructed. There was a plan to expand Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to become one of the biggest in the world, to accommodate the largest number of passengers in Africa and make Nairobi a gateway to the rest of the world. Also, this is the time when this project stalled, and even few years later we saw the closure of Kenya's biggest oil refinery, which later became a storage facility. These were very life-defining projects for Kenyans, but they changed their course. Some of these projects were heavily financed by loans, meaning if they were stalled, Kenyans were going to be paying heavy taxes for things which they don't see. It was going to be very difficult for the future of Kenyans. Also, another president comes in 2013. This time around, he also comes with his own ambitious projects, some of them which were heavily financed by loans, especially from China, especially looking at things like dams, hydroelectric power stations, trains and major roads infrastructures across the country. This also meant that the taxes were going to rise and it's going to affect Kenyans. Then we move to another part of politics. After 2007, the post-election violence changed the face of Kenyans. This time, Kenyans had lost more than 1,300 people and more than 200,000 displaced. This really destabilized the country. Investors went out of the country and Kenya was again scratching its head to start afresh. Apart from that, in 2024, there's been a rising number of goonism in Kenya. This is threatening to change the face of Kenya and how security is going to be handled in the future. We have seen goons swarming up in large number of motorcycles and attacking people, robbing people. Again, we look at another thing which is going or has defined Kenya's future. How it was supposed to be a first world country and how it's faring now. South Africa effect. Kenya in East Africa has faced a new challenge, a rising number of foreigners coming into the country. Many people feel that these people have taken up their opportunities. We saw a minister in Kenya saying that foreigners from East African countries need not to be employed because Kenyans are employed. This is the same thing which is happening in South Africa. Do you believe it's going to affect Kenya's future? Make sure you comment down there below.